Welcome to the ETCISO SecuFest 2026, bringing together India's leading cybersecurity decision makers. I'm Kritika Agnihotri and I'm here with Tsaaro Consulting, a boutique privacy firm. Hi, sir. Welcome to the summit.
Hi. Hi.
Would you please introduce yourself?
My name is Akarsh. I'm founder of Tsaaro Consulting. We do DPDP work since last 6 years, and I have been in the industry for 9 years. Yeah.
That's really interesting. What do you see as the biggest challenge in the privacy space currently?
So one of the biggest challenges is technology and the right implementations, right? Because there are too many people out there, and there's too much advice on LinkedIn. But advice and expertise are two very different things. So I think the expertise to implement technology is the biggest challenge that we see right now.
That's really interesting, and that is correct. You talked about the DPDP Act. How do you see that evolving in a digital space?
So it's we are in an interesting space. We have 14 months to go before the deadline hits for DPDP. A lot of organizations have done it, have done something, but the real game will happen once the consent requirements hit us. Because once consent hit us from upstream, then the data needs to get redacted downstream. And I think I'm going to have fun in this space. I'm just waiting for more bombs to blast. Yeah.
And do you think India is ready for the DPDP Act?
I don't think so. I think nobody is ready for DPDP Act, and nobody was ready for privacy laws. And DPDP Act also is the same problem that we see. Once the deadline hits, once the fine comes, I think people will be rushing and will forget business and focus on compliance. And that's my biggest fear, that we should focus on the business and focus a bit on compliance right now, so that later after 14 months are there, we are not stressed about it. Otherwise, this will become, somebody said very important thing to me: sweat in peace or bleed in war, right? So it's the choice of the industry now.
So, what do you think is the first step for a security officer currently that they can take that would help them after these 18 months are done?
I feel for a privacy officer right now, since we are getting into the new FY, one of the biggest things is to get the right budget for themselves, plan the next 14 months carefully, thinking about things like data mapping, technology, legal risk, and then mitigating it in next 14 months, and not wait for 14 months before the ball hits us. Because the biggest challenge that we are seeing right now is, how do you get acceptance from co-leaders, right? It's not something that somebody can solve alone. So the biggest challenge we're seeing is co-acceptance, funding, as well as the skill in privacy, because there's no skill, nobody's there to tell you, right? Like we are talking right now, somebody would can tell you, okay, this is good, this is wrong, but in privacy there are no people, and henceforth Saro plays that part for you. Yeah.
Thank you. That's really interesting, and thank you for those insights. I want to understand how was your experience at the summit?
So summit, I think this is my third ETCISO. First time, we see, end of day, we are an Indian organization. We fight hard to win our breads. And when we were there on ETCISO Goa, we were really, we didn't know so many CISOs out there, but because we knew DPOs, CISOs we knew no one. But since last three ETCISOs, I think we are really healthy in our relations with CISOs. So I feel it has been really successful for us. And thank you for organizing events like this. It really helps us.
I'm glad to hear that you had such a good experience, and I hope that follows.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.